A very good evening to all of you. So we are here to discuss Vedic UPSC 2023 Prelims Roundup. And here in this session, I'm going to discuss with you the history current affairs that is taken from the month of July 2022. And I've covered till like April 2023. Well, April, March, April, and all is actually not needed. But then, if something important has happened the previous month, they'd cover it up in May, in the month of March and April. So I'm not taking a risk, but rather I've taken a few questions that I think is very important for the upcoming prelims examination from the month of July 2022 to April 2023. So here we go. This is a glimpse of our uh, Vedic Current Affairs magazine that we have been giving you all the month. It's available for free in our website www.vedicayesacademy.org. You can go in there and download it for free. And I strongly recommend that you refer to the current affairs that is going to be released very soon by us this month, because towards the last of the current affairs, we have a question bank in which a lot of questions have been added, which are some of the most probable questions for UPSC CSE prelims 2023. As you all know, the admit card is out. Make sure that you download it at the earliest and be prepared. This is your last. This is the best kind of revision that you can do in the last minute. You go to the current affairs. You don't study anything new, but rather you brush up what you have already studied. That's exactly what we are going to do right now. We're not taking anything new, but rather I'm going to pick up the most important things that we have covered the last 1 year. All right, which is like the current affairs duration that UPSC usually prefers. So last June the exam happened, and then from June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. This is the prime time in which they can actually come up with questions and current affairs. That's where the time is pregnant with current affairs. So we go and squeeze in some very important ones and discuss here. So yes, this is the first question. I'd like you to try it for yourself and answer them. First one. During the early 1900s, he was considered to be among the most notable cultural experts of India. He created more than 2,000 oil paintings. In 1873, his piece, Nair Lady Adorning Her Hair, which featured a woman wearing a jasmine garland, received the Governor's Gold Medal at the Madras Finance Society exhibition. He also represented India at the World's Columbian Exposition held in Chicago in 1893, which coincided with the first parliament of the world's religions, where Swami Vivekananda was a featured speaker. So the above lines refer to this is a great personality, and he is being described here. Now, by just reading the first two sentences, you must have already decided the answer. See, the Nair lady adorning her hair. This is none other than Raja Ravi Varma. Now, Raja Ravi Varma was in news. There has been claims that he should be getting Bharat Ratna. Also, many museums have been showcasing his art. So, Raja Ravi Varma is a modern painter. We study him in the art and culture part too. So, he's important since he's made headlines. This becomes very important, very very important. Okay. And then, yes, in our current affairs session, we have covered about Raja Ravi Varma in detail. I like you to go through the current affairs magazine and see to it that you read the important points that are given in the article. The next question. With reference to monuments of national importance, consider the following statements. See, when you read a question, thing is that first you read this sentence. With reference to the monuments of national importance, consider the following statements. And then I recommend that you read this sentence. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. And make sure that they are asking for correct answer and not correct answer. Or if they're asking for not correct answer, you should give them the answers that are not correct. So you read this first, and then you read this second, and you go for the body part only third time. Okay. Otherwise, what happens is that your brain is wired in such a way that you naturally go for the answer that is correct, and you have a tendency to miss what is asked as incorrect or not correct. Losing marks carelessly like that is not affordable. So yes, the first sentence here. The Ancient Monuments and Archaeological Sites and Remains Act provide for the preservation of ancient and historical monuments and archaeological sites and remains of national importance. This is a correct sentence. Okay, that's the correct sentence. Second one, according to the Act, ancient monuments, see if that is correct, we have like three options A, C, and D. Okay, so we are cutting out two. Fine. So, second, according to the Act, ancient monument means any structure, erection, or monument, or any tumulus, or place of interment, or any cave, rock sculpture, inscription, or monolith, which is of historical, archaeological, or artistic interest, and which has been in existence for not less than 1,000 years. Now, here, usually, when UPC gives you questions, they play with the numbers. They have done this before many times. So it's not 1,000, it's 100. That means that option 2 is wrong. If option 2 is wrong, A is, we're cutting out A, B, and D, and we have directly reached the answer even before we read option 3. So that is why every time you read a sentence, if you know it's right, you come to the clause and see what is left. If you know something is wrong, you come to the clause and see what you can cut off. Okay, so try to make it very smart, all right, and save time. And third sentence, in 2010, an amendment was made to the AMA's Act of 1958, designating a 100-meter radius uh, around protected monuments as prohibited areas and the following 300-meter radius as regulated areas, which is a true sentence. This is directly taken from the Act's website, like the page and the Act. These are original lines that are written there, and also this is an original line that is written there. So make sure that you go through this Act, and which is also given in our magazine. As you can see here, we have given that in our magazine, and I've covered it like multiple times in different magazines. So make sure that you go through it. It's a very important topic this time. Now, Charaidyo Maidams recently in news are, now this is also covered in a recent magazine wherein this is burial grounds of Ahom kings and queens. Burial grounds of Ahom kings and queens. And you can see it in Assam, and we have covered that in our current affairs magazine because it has been nominated for UNESCO World Heritage Site. And Assam's Charaidyo Maidam, they are burial sites, okay, burial sites of Ahom rulers who ruled in they ruled for many centuries, and it was very hard for even the Mughals to actually conquer them, and they've been defeated only during the modern period. So yes, Ahoms are very important, and the Maidams at Charaidyo, they are actually burials, royal burials of Ahom kings and queens. Okay, and this becomes another important topic for you with reference to the new Navy flag. New Navy flag has been unfolded, so that is very important. Consider the following statements. First, the white ensign, identified nationwide with the Navy, now comprises of two main constituents, the national flag in the upper left canton and the navy blue gold octagon at the center of the fly side away from the staff. Yes, this sentence is right. So it can be either this or it can be this. Okay. Now, the octagon is with a single golden octagonal border encompassing the golden national emblem resting atop an anchor and superimposed on a shield. Well, the octagon is not with a single golden octagon, it is with a double golden octagonal border. Now, as you can see here, in this picture, you see it has a double border. It has a double border, two borders of like two golden octagonal borders. This is a new navy flag, so this becomes very important. Also, this octagonal border and the emblem is actually the whole thing is actually inspired from Shivaji's seal, the Maratha King Shivaji's seal. So it's also important that you know a little bit about Marathas. This has been covered in our Marathas and Shivaji, and this has been covered in our magazine about Shivaji, his administration, the tax systems, and the key terms that is to be noted. So make sure that you go through it very thoroughly. And so, since the second sentence is wrong, only one. So they are asking for correct answer. So one only is the right answer here. Now, another description of a personality. He wrote a series of articles in the Hindu Prakash of Pune under the title New Lamps for Old and severely criticized the politics of petition and prayers of the moderate leaders. He renounced active politics in 1910 and left for Pondicherry to pursue his spiritual goals. This is the next key term. In the second phase of his life, he emerged as a great sage and philosopher and received worldwide respect. So this person who wrote under the article title New Lamps for Old in Hindu Prakash, and he left for Pondicherry to pursue his spiritual goals, is none other than Aurobindo Ghosh. Aurobindo Ghosh was a revolutionary turned philosopher sage who actually took it to, in the sense, he wanted to pursue his spiritual upliftment and moved to Pondicherry, and now that place is called Auroville, and it's Auroville is actually a famous tourist attraction too. Like many tourists from all over the world come there to meditate and have spiritual upliftment. So this is very important. Aurobindo Ghosh, and Aurobindo Ghosh is in detail covered in our magazine. I want you to go through it very thoroughly. Now, consider the following statements. Guru Nanak was a contemporary of three Lodi rulers, Babar Lodi, Sikandar Lodi, and Ibrahim Lodi. That sentence is right. So, which means that it can be A, C, or D, because in B, one is not there. And then in the second sentence, the Guru also saw the foundation. Guru Nanak also saw the foundation of Mughal Empire being laid by Babur, who was succeeded by his son Jahangir during the lifespan of Guru Nanak, which is wrong. It's not Jahangir, it's Humayun. It's Humayun. So that means the second sentence is wrong, which means if you cut off two, you cut off A, you cut off B, you cut off D as well. And even without reading the other sentences, you come to the answer directly. This is the kind of elimination technique. Elimination technique that can be used in UPSC. Okay, so the second sentence is wrong here, first sentence is right, and third and fourth is right. See, second Guru Angad Dev evolved a distinct script called Gurmukhi. Yes, Guru Ram Das, he laid the foundation of holy city of Amritsar, and Guru Gobind Singh, the ninth Sikh Guru, no, he is the 10th Sikh Guru, created the order of Khalsa, a military segment to defend themselves from the attack of Mughals. Okay, so this is very important, and we because Sikh the Gurus were in news frequently, and we have covered it in detail, their chronology, I think in multiple magazines we have covered about different gurus and their contributions. So make sure that you go through it yourself. Then the next question. Consider the following statements regarding Amaranayaka system of Vijayanagara Empire. The Amaranayakas were military commanders who were given territories to govern by the Raya. Raya is the king. So the king gives territories to the military commanders, a kind of feudal system. Yes, that is exactly what is called Amaranayakas. So it can be either A or it can be D. Okay, because in both of this, one is not there. That means that they are not the answer. Now, second, they collected taxes and other dues from peasants, craft persons, and traders in the area. Yes, they had the authority to collect the income from the land or territory that was given to them by the king. Okay, so that means two is also there. Or otherwise, if you come to the clause, you can see if it can be either this or this, and in both of it, 1, 2, 3 is there. So that means 1, 2, and 3 is right. They retained part of the revenue for personal use and for maintaining a stipulated contingent of horses and elephants. Yes, they had to maintain a group of army or a military so that they can provide it to the ruler when asked for. Okay. Now, fourth, the Amaranayaka sent tribute to king annually and personally appeared in the royal court with gift to express their loyalty. Yes, even though they were powerful, even though they were challenged to the central authority. But when the king was really powerful, the sovereign king, the feudatories or the Amaranayakas, they actually accepted the sovereignty of the king and they showed their loyalty by sending him tributes annually and also appearing in the court with gifts to express their loyalty. That means that all the four, 1, 2, 3, and 4 is the correct answer, and they're asking for correct answer. Make sure that you note this part, correct or incorrect. All right. Now, why has this been in news? Because Victory City by Salman Rushdie. Salman Rushdie wrote a new book, Victory City. It's a beautiful book. I recently read that, and it's a beautiful book. It has been presented as if a person got a manuscript or something that was lost. So, and the book is presented in such a way, it's a very, very beautiful book. Okay, so if you get time, you can go and read it. Victricity of of Salman Rushdie. That is why Vijayanagara Empire was in news, and we have given enough details of what is important for the upcoming prelims about Vijayanagara Empire here. I want you to read it thoroughly, go through our magazines. Okay. Now, another description of a town or a city. The town is a multi-layered and multicultural mercantile settlement with its history stretching back to nearly 8th century BCE. It is a town and municipality and a Mehsana district of North Gujarat. All these are details, okay? Region of Gujarat state. The study of historical geography of the ancient India reveals that it was situated at a strategic location where two major ancient trade routes crossed each other. One of them joined central India with the Sindh and further northwest regions, while another connected the port towns on the Gujarat coast to North India. The site has recently made it to the tentative list of UNESCO World Heritage Site. Now, this site is Vadnagar, and this has been in detail given in our magazine because, along with Vadnagar, Modhera Sun Temple also made it to the list. So, make sure that you go through both of it. So, Vadnagar town, Modhera Sun Temple, Unakoti sculpture, all of these, Unakoti is a Shaivite structure which is very important. We have covered that also in the magazine. I want you to go through it. And they're all made it to the tentative list of World Heritage sites in India. So that's very important. Vadnagar is in Gujarat. It's a living town. It's a historic town. You can see historic monuments and structures, and everywhere you go in Vadnagar. So that is very important. Make sure that you do not forget that Vadnagar is in Gujarat. Okay, Vadnagar, and also make sure that Modhera Sun Temple and Unakoti structures and taken good care of. Now, with reference to Marthand Temple, consider the following statement. It's very important. Marthand Temple was in news recently. There has been an issue with ASI and people there worshipping the temple, and also it's very important. It has made headlines. Marthand Temple was built by the Karkota dynasty King Lalitaditya Muktapida, who ruled Kashmir from 725 AD to 753 AD, which is the right sentence. Karkota dynasty, Lalitaditya, and he lived in the early medieval period. Okay, early medieval period in northern Kashmir, in the Kashmir region. A major historical source for Kashmir's history is Rajataragini, and it's written by the 12th century poet or historian Kalhana, and various translations of the work contain description of Marthand's grandeur, which is again true. So both 1 and 2 is true, and here, as you can see, this is the Marthanda Temple, Marthanda Sun Temple. It's very important that there are very famous sun temples in our country. Marthanda Sun Temple in Kashmir is one, and what we saw now in Gujarat, Modhera Sun Temple is one, and then in Odisha we have Konark Sun Temple. Okay, so both of that is very important. Now, this is a very, very important news because we have been celebrating the 75th anniversary of our Independence Day. But then it was also the 50th anniversary of the finding of the PIN number. Okay, we all have PIN number at the place we stay. It is given sometimes when you order things online, you give your PIN number. When something needs to be delivered to you in the address, you give the PIN number so that you can be easily located. Okay, so this PIN number, it's 50 years, so it's very important that you understand it. You go through it a little bit. See, postal index number was introduced in India on August 15, 1972. That is true. That means that the answer can be A, C, or D. And what are they asking? Correct answer. Okay. The PIN is made up of 7 digits. No, the PIN number is made up of 6 digits. 6 digits. That means 2 is wrong. In that case, you cut off this, this, and this, because in all of that, 2 is there. That means 1, 3, and 4 is the right answer. The first number indicates the postal region, right? The northern, southern, western regions like that. Second number denotes sub-region, true. The third represents the sorting district. And number 9 represents that's for the army. Okay. The first number indicates postal region. So here, yes, again, that is a uh, repetition here. I'm sorry for that, but then yes, 1, 3, and 4 here is the right answer. The thing that you have to note down is that the 7 digits, it's wrong. It's 6 digits. Okay. Okay. So yes, that is actually the PIN number, an example of the PIN number that you can see. If the first number represents the region. Okay, north, west, south, east, like that. So yes, in south we have like 682, like in Kochi and all. It's very important that you understand this too. So I hope this session was useful for you. Go through the magazines. These are the most important few topics that can be expected for your upcoming prelims, and more expected topics are covered in the magazine, and also in the upcoming current affairs quiz, or the last question bank that we are including in the current affairs magazine. So make sure that you go through it again. And all the best for you for your upcoming prelims examination. Thank you so much.